All right, we live, Akim.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. All right, before we get started, we're going to give all the glory and honor to you.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash.
Double honors unto our apostles and others for the millstone. And peace and safety to all the sincere Akim and Aside. All right, so hey, we just over here building the spirit, and we just want to go into this lesson, going into also now y'all are scared. All right, because, you know, over the last 12 to 24 hours, especially here in Atlanta, we've been speaking about the fact that how, you know, people are panicking, man. You know, you go into these grocery stores, these, you know, your Family Dollars, Dollar Trees, Publix, Kroger, Walmart, the parking lot's full, the lines are crazy. You know, people are sizing you up, people are afraid to speak. You know, people are just in the dark with everything. So now y'all are afraid. Whereas through the Spirit for years, we've been, through the Spirit, starting with the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and their elders, we've been telling y'all to get the fear of the Lord. Matter of fact, when you get Isaiah 33 and 6, all right, because through the Spirit we've been giving out all these gems and the keys through the Spirit to survive everything that's coming. See, many years ago, the main reason why a lot of you people had issues with us was that we would tell you, well, what's the answer? What are we supposed to do? Have faith. Wait upon the Lord. Wait on the Lord. The Lord going to defend us. All our answers was always there. But that wasn't good enough for you. So here we are, and now you're afraid because you wasn't doing what? Being built up in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. You got that, bro?
Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Yeah, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. When you trying to something stabilizes you, like a handheld stabilizer for a camera, no matter how you move that camera with your hand, the actual camera stays focused and stays still. So you could be running all over the place, but because that camera has a stabilizer, it looks like it's a still shot at all times. So it's the spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's going to stabilize us as the road gets more rocky. All right? Keep going.
It says, and strength of salvation.
Yeah, strength of salvation. We've been telling y'all for years that the strength of salvation comes from having the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, having the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai.
Right.
All right, coming back to your nationality, fearing the Lord, understanding who your enemies are, understanding who you're supposed to, who you are, who your enemy, all the key things. But what happened? Y'all scoffed at it because why? It's a time of peace. Everything is good. You was more concerned about that business venture. You were more concerned about that car. You were concerned about that chick that you've been trying to smash since high school. You've had everyone had 1,000 excuses of not turning back to the Lord. But what did the Lord do? Right. He cut all that shit off, man. And He's going to continue to cut the shit off until you do what? Humble down. That's right. But 2/3 of you will never humble down. So you just got to die. Yep. All right, keep going.
God. It says, the fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure. We're not afraid of Corona. We're not afraid of Corona. We're not afraid of this collapse. We're not afraid of any of these things because why? We fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We don't fear what he's doing. We fear what he's capable of doing. We fear who's doing it, I should say. All right? It's not enough for the virus or any of this. No. The virus can take you out, but we fear the Lord. All right? And that's all we've been telling y'all people to do is fear the Lord. Yeah. That's literally all we've been saying is fear your power, man. But instead, you've chosen everything to put over the Lord. So what is the Lord going to do? You reap what you sow, man. Beautiful. All you people want to cry unto the Lord now, all this, try trusting in God. Right. Lord ain't hearing that shit, man. Because you still coming in an idol worshiping spirit, man.
Right. And that's that they honor me with their lips, but the heart is far from me. Because when it comes down to really knowing the Lord and going into these scriptures, okay, our people don't go into the scriptures, okay? We go out there week after week and we open the Bible up and literally read you what the words of the Bible say. And you fan your hand or you disregard the words and you got something to say or you ignore us. But now that these things are starting to hit you at your front door, so to speak, now you're scared. Now you're
trying to be proactive.
Yeah, you're trying to be proactive. And guess what? for a lot of you, it's too late. It ain't gonna work.
That's right.
You know, things are coming down the pipe, like the brother said.
You matter of fact, anybody holding anything?
I got some.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
I got it.
Okay, so like this is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 31. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love. Yeah, man, y'all got the truth, man. Yeah, man. You know. But in the hey, Jake still out here being niggas. You know, we be at camp, we see all kind of fist pumps and horns honking, all kind of just various different salutes. But Jake still don't have that spiritual awareness to get their mind right, man.
Exactly.
So now it takes for the Lord to bring a scare into the world to really shake Jacob. But by then it's gonna be too late. And the ones that the Lord is going to excuse, you know, for coming in at the final moment, that's all set up in the spirit.
That's right.
Everybody ain't gonna get that pass to be able to come in at the last minute, man. Because a lot of you people out here heard this truth. Some of y'all before us.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A
Gonna
lot
be
of individuals before us. You
Yeah.
know? And what's going on now is a high level of regret because a lot of individuals knew that they had the space of time to actually, you know, find the laws of Yahweh Shema Shah, study and get prepared, like it tells you in second of the 9th chapter. But what happened? They loathed the Lord's laws.
Yep.
And it said the same shall know in death by pain.
Yep.
And this is the same, you know, which is coming in the spirit of, or coming in the, and as a plague of coronavirus, but it's major other things that's still to come to pass. This ain't the end. This isn't the end all be all. You know, it's still more prophecy that have to come to pass. Now Jake talking about the mark of the beast. You know, so now Jake is starting to get, you know, in the know with the Bible. Now they're trying to figure out what's the next prophecies to come to pass, which is leading, which is that negative fear of Esau is starting to transition into positive fear of the Most High. You know, because they have to find some type of coverage or refuge, you know, to be protected from the onslaught that's to come. Man.
Yep.
Right.
I got a little bit more. It says, for with their mouths they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
And that's y'all. That should be. That's us. And the Lord is going to magnify Himself through His men. All right. And what's going to happen is what's going to really show y'all something is when the Lord take His men away, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, because y'all have just been abusing us and using us as if we're some minstrel show. You know, like we're here to just entertain y'all. It's just something to cut on in the background while you're doing whatever the hell you're doing, man.
Right.
While we're really pouring out our spirit, pouring out our love and affection and charity towards you, and you've been taking full advantage of the spirit, man. You've been just fucking around, man. Just gotta call it as it is, man.
Yeah.
So when the Lord really takes His voice pieces off of the streets, man, that's it, man. It ain't gonna be it ain't no more, man. And for like you said, the ones that set in the spirit to be those 11th hour Israelites, they good. But for the masses of y'all, I can think of about 10 people right now that I have personally told within my own family and friends this truth. And I'm pretty sure every last one of y'all can think of personals.
Yeah.
People close. You kind of made yourself vulnerable in certain situations. Tell somebody, hey bro, you know you an Israelite, and they pull it out of you. You be like, I can think of I'm looking at a face right now where I can remember telling them, listen, I really don't want to tell you this, bro, because I understand the severity of it. But nah, I want to hear some more. We have had all of that. But when the Lord shuts this down and He takes the voice away, that's when He's gonna open up, and you people gonna really see what it is to fear the Lord, man. And we don't even know what that means.
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody got it?
I got a quick one. It's Romans 11:7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the elect have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Yeah, that represents the knowledge. It said Israel has not made that which He's seeking for. Yeah, and Jake just shortchanged their hunt for the truth. You know, that's why a lot of these Jakes are subscribed to all kind of different doctrines and philosophies of thought, which isn't even supporting them in these times now. You know, what is Islam? What is the black conscious community, Egyptologists, all these different religious sects? How can they support you in the time of destruction? What answers do the book and the wisdom do they have rely on when crises like this come?
Right.
You know, they don't have any answers. That's why it's being a shutdown in Saudi Arabia, the Middle Eastern countries, the churches of Rome.
Yep.
They
Israel drain the holy water fountain.
they're banning the holy water.
Man.
How the hell is it holy water and you can't even use it, man? How holy
Right.
is it?
Right.
Because really, these different corporations have been building a scam, man. You know, and they've been scamming you. But now, you know, Jake is scratching tooth and nail to try to receive the truth when it's starting to become too late. And then, which we were talking about earlier, Trump might cut the internet, man.
Yep.
So public gatherings, schools, and all these different gatherings and meetings, all that shit is becoming a point of isolation where you and the knowledge and wisdom that you have in your reserves is the only thing that is going to be able to get you by.
If I may add, if Trump cuts the internet, first of all, you won't be able to work from home. You won't be able to school your children from home. Pretty much 98% of America operates off of the internet. Even certain jobs that need internet technology to issue out citations.
Make transactions.
Make transactions, to do certain Bluetooth connections for their technology. To transmit information. All of that stuff is going to be compromised, man. And guess what they're going to introduce? They're going to introduce a little device to the planet Earth, man.
Yep.
Real subtly, they're going to introduce that device. So that just like the brothers was going into, now Jake want to get all scared when shit start happening. That's why the Lord been putting out the warning, so you can be prepared, man. Hey, it's not many people out here in this planet Earth that's walking around right now that can say that they never heard of the Hebrew Israelites.
Man, J Electrica album just came out. Probably one of the most anticipated albums. First track. He is spilling it out that we are the children of the black men in America are the children of Israel. The introduction
Wow.
to one of the most anticipated albums in years.
Yep.
Wow.
Everybody looking for his album.
Everybody was.
Everybody been looking for his debut album, and that's the first introduction. So like you said, and that means Jay-Z knows about the Israelites.
Yeah.
Cause you can't tell me you do all this work on this album and you ain't hear it. You're like, man, hey bro, what's this you talking about?
Nas, no.
Yeah, no, I was, oh yeah.
Oh, now it's doing something with Kendrick Lamar. They're supposed to. I think it's supposed to have
Joint.
the joint project with Kendrick Lamar, his big album that came out. What was the album?
Yeah.
You know, we were speaking about the Most High, and he said, "Don't call me black no more, I'm an Israelite." So everybody knows they're an Israelite these times now, man.
Come on.
And that's why everybody's now trying to run to the prophecies, because Jake plays hopscotch with his word, but he's trying to see,
Yeah.
like, you got to be fastened with what you went to, man.
And what they doing now is they trying to pretty much go and get these prophecies on their own to make themselves feel better about them not following the scriptures. Right. So you got people that's trying to look for it now and then act like they've been in it to make themselves feel better about not serving the Lord, man. When at the end of the day, that ain't gonna work. You got to go through the prophets, man. The Lord is not gonna have it set up to where now when shit hit the fan, now all of a sudden you can run to the scriptures and act like you got it. Because you know why? Because the Lord is gonna take this ministry to another level. And if you ain't with that level, it's gonna show that the Lord ain't with you. So you could go try to run and open up the scriptures and be like, see, look, y'all, the pestilence is right here in the book, y'all. You know?
Yeah, anybody can do a simple Google search. You know?
Because at the end of the day, the word out here.
That's right.
So it ain't nothing for a Jake to fake the funk and pick up the scriptures and act like, look, man, say pestilence right here, man. It's been in the Bible the whole time.
Earthquakes.
Yeah. Those are false prophets. But guess what? Soon as the false prophet fixes his mouth to act as if he's been involved with this, the Lord going to increase his men so his name can be magnified, man. Because you had the situation in the book of Exodus, and during the time of Egypt, you had Jannes and Jambres, which those are the two magicians of Pharaoh. And they were confounded by who? By Moses and Aaron. Okay? Because Aaron had spiritual powers and he could do miracles too. You know? And they don't talk about that. So what did the Lord do? The Lord magnified his men so that his name can be feared.
That's right.
And those two magicians, they just gave up, man. Okay? When they found that they couldn't do the miracles, when they caught them boils, that was it. It was like, no, this is from the Lord. You know? So we coming into a certain point in time where the Lord is going to make you more scared, and it's going to be an unhealthy dose of fear.
That's right. That's right.
That's going to be the difference. We have a healthy dose of fear because we don't let the fear of the Lord that we have douse our faith. Okay? We don't let that fear have us to the point to where we don't believe that the Lord is compassionate and mercy on us. The Lord is going to give you an unhealthy dose of fear, and he's going to leave you out here without any hope in the world.
That's right. It's coming.
It's coming. You're going to be so scared that you're going to know the Lord is against you. Okay? You're going to know that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is totally against you. Because nothing is going to work in you people's favor because of your wickedness, man.
That's right.
You know? Y'all brothers got it.
Yeah, it was on.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this out. This is Isaiah 66:4. I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer.
Yeah.
When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before mine eyes and chose that in which I delighted not.
Yeah, and look at the masses of people in the world now. They're under a strong delusion and they're in terrible fear. That's why you have so many people that buying up and piling on goods that they can't even they don't even have the finances to support. A lot of these people they live paycheck to paycheck. With a little bit of money that they do have, what are they doing? They're trying to buy tissue. They're trying to buy soap, sanitizer, trying to buy food to last them for the longevity of the hell that's going to come to America, man, and these other different countries. So that's the fear right there. You know, when the Lord was taking out different countries, what happened in Egypt and Babylon? Before that society fell, a lot of the latter end, they started to pick up. Oh shit, this place is falling like hell, man.
You know what's going on in, today as far as you know the sports, you know, and the entertainment kind of being down. People starting to really see the lies that America was hiding before because there's nothing to watch on the TV. That's right.
Yep.
You know the sports.
Only conspiracy is
It's conspiracy. As soon as you go on social media, it's nothing but conspiracy.
Yep.
You know.
because you want to just listen to news and alternative news. That's the only thing at this point.
Yep.
You know, I was even in the spirit. I was joking. I'm like, man, all I want to hear right now is about the coronavirus, man. You know, but that's really the spirit. What the hell should we be watching right now?
Right.
Fucking
Yeah.
Cleveland show.
yeah, Cleveland show us. You know,
Well, Jake got on.
BS.
Oh, bad.
Now just have some BS. You got.
Yeah, hey, Jake got on the comment boards last night, asked him about Pop Smoke, and it was out of spirit.
Oh, yeah, I
Ain't
seen
nobody
that.
even think about Pop Smoke right now.
Mm-hmm.
No one thinking about, you know what I'm saying? That's minor compared to, you know, what's happening, man. You know, we're focused on the bigger things, which is, you know, this impending destruction, man. You
That's
know.
right. And that's something that we've been saying for years is that our reality, the reality that we are in and day out, our reality is now slowly but surely becoming you people's reality. Okay? Because we study, we read, so we watch the news, and we teach and filter it through the Bible so we can be pushed out there. Now you got to scramble and watch the news and look for an article and find
Figure
certain
out.
things because now you ain't got your dumb entertainment to watch.
Right.
You know, now you can't watch that.
All
crap.
you have is the news.
You know, all you got is the news. You ain't got no damn choice.
Entertainment.
Because
Okay.
your life depending on it now.
Right.
You need to get all kind of different updates.
Uh-huh.
You need to know if your kids need to go to school or not, the bus coming. You
Right.
need to be able to know if your job is shutting
Yep.
down. You need to be able to tell these things. So you're pretty much forced to deal with reality now.
Yep. You're forced to deal with
You
it.
know, because majority of you people, your lives are false reality.
Yeah.
Your whole Instagram persona, it's not real.
That's right.
Your whole online job, as soon as the internet go off, you don't have a goddamn job.
Yeah, so
You know, you have these ladies, I was gonna say ladies, these harlots, these whores. They have online shopping and makeup boutiques and different cosmetics online. All you gotta do is shut down the internet. That's it.
Vlogs.
They're a fake ass store.
yeah. Oh,
You
all
know,
of them,
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans pages.
Right.
That's
it.
A lot of women are becoming millionaires off of that, man. So once, like you said, once Trump, clipped the internet, man, that's gonna humble a lot of you women, man.
Think about digital data entry. All they gotta do is manipulate your bank account. It was never there. You can't prove that you had that money.
Yep.
They're gonna take away all. It was the same thing that happened when they brought down the Twin Towers. You know, they brought down the Twin Towers. Certain documents was lost in that, man. Okay. So what's going to happen is, man, they're gonna compress, okay, this American lifestyle into a mini device. And a lot of you so-called socialite celebrities that have a level of social status and money, you have to start from ground zero, man.
Yeah.
You ain't transferring nothing over to no chip, man. Okay? The chip is not made to benefit you. Okay? It's made to put you back in slavery. They're not gonna transfer over $2 million onto your chip, man. That's gonna be the time where you're gonna see the horns of the devil. Like, nigga, no. Nigga, no. All bank accounts have blacked out. We can't prove that anybody had any amount in their bank account. You need to start over. No excuses.
That's why, because right down in the middle of even here in Atlanta by what was that Ted Turner and Marietta, they had the debt. They got the big debt clock. They got a debt clock right here. I mean, what is part of the debt clock system is that every American has roughly about $100,000 worth of debt collectively. So they're gonna tell you when they shut this shit down, they're gonna put the bill on you.
Yeah.
All this shit that's going on right now is coming out of your pockets, and they are billing you. All these all that fancy talk that you hear from Trump, from testing and doing all this stuff, is coming out of our pockets, man. So when they shut this shit down, they're looking back and it's like, oh, we $50 trillion in debt. We had to add a whole another 30 trillion on here just to save y'all asses.
Yep.
Now y'all what you thought it was free? Ain't nothing free. They're gonna show you how big of a goon the white man, before it's all said and done, will show every last person why we've been saying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's the devil.
Yeah, because with this coronavirus is damaging the markets.
Yep.
You know, it's damaging the markets. The stock market is plummeting, which, you know, they're gonna have to, you know, find a way to tip and equalize the balance. And like I said, it's gonna equate to debt per citizen. You know, they don't have any type of remedies to stop and alleviate it. But I had something I wanted to bring out after the brother was done.
I think Tazala had a little bit more on that. He had a little bit more, right?
Yeah, come. This is Isaiah 66 and 5. It says, hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let the Lord be glorified, but he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. And that's, you know, as this word has been going out, because we tremble at the word. You know, we have a reverence for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and we teach about him. But for, you know, for the majority of people out there, y'all can care less what we got to say or what the Bible has to say.
Right.
So when the Lord actually does his judgment and he eventually does return, he's going to appear to our joy, but y'all are going to be ashamed.
Right.
You know, y'all going to be crying, wailing, gnashing of teeth. All that's going to be upon you.
That's right.
Because you refuse not to listen. Because things are getting tighter and tighter. They're eliminating all the... Because really, entertainment is unnecessary. That's a luxury of this society.
Yeah.
The NBA and the NFL, and, you know, the NHL and MLS, all of that, that's a luxury of America and the different things around the world. That's to keep you people... Yeah, Epicurean, you know, that's to keep your minds at ease. But now that everything is collapsing, now all of that is done away with. Now, like brother said, you're starting to see the reality of what's really been going on. Now, months and weeks prior to you know the coronavirus and this whole falling of the stock market, all these governments have been doing nothing but investing in digital, a central bank digital banking system, because they're getting ready to bankrupt this whole global economy.
Yep.
And they're going to move everything to a new digital currency.
Yeah.
A global digital currency that's going to be, like the bishop said, is all going to be on that device, that microchip. So they're going to be Xing out certain... They might erase your debt, but you're going to have to get that microchip so you can function in this society.
Yeah, they freezing out debts.
Yeah.
I think they froze debt in Italy,
mortgage payments,
student
things
loan
like that.
debts. A lot of these debts they got to find a way to alleviate, because they know it's impossible to pay off debts with such a crisis at hand.
Yeah.
That and you know, they said allegedly that the banking notes that we exchanged are infected with
Yeah.
maybe potentially infected with the coronavirus. So how could we exchange hand-to-hand lending or you know exchanges
6 feet away from each other.
with disease currencies?
Exactly.
You see, so they got to change the market up and rearrange it for because just like any type of crisis, there's always an aftermath. Just like with the
That's
9/11.
Yep.
You know, with you know the fall of the towers, you know you had all kind of different legislation to be passed in the aftermath of that, and it's the same thing now. You're gonna have legislation that's pending right now as we speak, and you're gonna have follow-up legislation. Because say that this thing does boil over and it just passes over, you know, it's still gonna be a lot of things that they're gonna issue out in these governments. But it's already been shown that they're not
I think they
prepared.
call it preventative measures.
Preventative measures.
Yeah, preventative measures. Because actually, Donald Trump, he mentioned it as he declared the national emergency. He said that a lot of old legislations are going to be looked at and revised. You know, because now he has the spending power. I think he said he's going to use like $40 billion,
Yeah, like 50 billion.
$50 billion. Now that enterprise, that money that he's going to use to build an enterprise to, you know, correct or redirect the coronavirus is definitely going to have microchip implications.
Written all over.
Okay, because they need to prevent the virus from spreading. So what's one good way to prevent a virus from spreading, and how do you control that? Is through transactions. That's one way that people connect with each other every day. It's transactions.
Not deal with money at all.
So now you walk up to an ATM machine, you don't even have to touch the machine.
Look at it.
You know,
Retina scans.
it's so that definitely could include biometric, you know, technology and more implementation of these different radio frequency pads to where you can transmit these different transactions. So we living in some very, very serious times. And a lot of you people out here that's walking around, you unbeknownst to this stuff, man. Only thing you know about is a goddamn chicken sandwich from Popeyes. You can break that motherfucker down from top to bottom. But then when it comes down to your livelihood, when it comes down to your power and your people and knowing who you are and what your service is in the planet Earth, you have no freaking idea. You know? Go ahead, bro.
You done?
Yeah, I was done. But I'm just gonna say, and there's all these Israelites out here that been talking about GMS going on about this microchip stuff in the scriptures. All y'all about to be found out to be false prophets, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all about to be found out that y'all really are the false prophets of Israel.
That's right.
And we the real men of the Lord, because everything is literally leading to this technology, this digital currency that these central banks are getting ready to roll out. Everything is leading to this technology being rolled out and being made mandatory across the globe.
Then what you gonna say?
And then what you gonna say?
Exactly.
You know?
You got it.
And it's Sirach 39:27. All these things are good to the godly. I just started 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turning to evil. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destructions, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
That's right. And the Lord has to get vengeance upon the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. Okay, there has to be an adequate amount of vengeance that has to be done unto you, because the transatlantic slave trade wasn't enough.
Right.
Okay, and when we read in Matthew the 27th chapter, where you know the Jews, which were the so-called blacks, West Indians, and Haitians, Islanders, okay, you sold out the Lord personally, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You personally, you know, said it with your own mouth. You cheered for Barabbas, which was a murderer. And also you said, let his blood be upon us and be upon our children. So that debt has to be cleared. And your blood is required. Okay, the Lord don't want you to come into the truth. That's why he has certain evil angels blocking you from even getting the truth. Because he don't want you to come into the truth, because your blood is required. So all of these things that are created were created to bring judgment on you, man. So when we look at the coronavirus, you know, and we look at the different things that's getting ready to befall these different Americans, the reason why we're not as alarmed is because number one, you know, we answered that calling and we did what we had to do by serving the Lord. And number two, you know, we warned you.
That's right.
Right.
We warned you of these things, man. We have a pure conscience that we have a pure conscience that we warned you every week for years. So now that you want to get scared, hey, that's a personal problem.
That's right.
You can't make that our problem. But why didn't y'all do this and why didn't y'all do it like that? You don't think y'all should have did it this way? Maybe more people would have. It ain't about that.
Right.
It's not about that. We not out there to wake everybody up.
That's right.
That's what a lot of you black people don't understand. We've never went out there to wake everybody up.
Exactly.
We've only been out there to warn you what the fuck is gonna happen to you, man. Excuse my language. And that debt is getting ready to be paid, man.
Right.
And we can't wait for the Lord to clear that debt, man. Cause y'all did them dirty.
That's right.
Y'all did them dirty.
Hey, if I may, you know, here it is, y'all are panicking. And I went to Walmart today, all the chicken gone and all the pork gone. And it was, you know how Walmart is like chicken, pork, and beef. Man, it was a few pieces of chicken left, little few packs I got myself. Man, all that pork was gone, man. And there was a little bit of beef left. I was like, see, this is what y'all gotta fuck y'all up, man. Because I'm like, y'all just don't want to get right. All that pork section was gone.
First.
Yeah, seafood.
Jake
shrimp.
don't know how to prep right then. They go to Walmart, Kroger, look in Jake Cart, they got the super pack of
Noodles.
got noodles or the you know, the little party pack of chips.
Yeah.
You know, like big
Right.
pack.
Right.
The last 2 days.
You know, like Jake don't know how to even prep correctly, man.
I got one more. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents and the sword, which this is the form of the sword, biological warfare. You know, when the so-called white man took down the Native Americans, the Gadites, one of the first instruments they used to damage the system of the Gadites was what? Smallpox, influenza, biological warfare, germ warfare. You know, because they know how quickly and how vastly the germs spread. You know, one person touches another, you know, and next thing you know, a whole village is contracts the disease and is heavily infected. You know, and we know that these different nations are to go to war. You know, we speak about the times that we're in now. March goes into Mars, which is the martial law, and it's really the spirit of war.
March your eyes.
Mhm.
Brother Abba did a video on that
Mm-hmm.
about a year or so ago, man.
Yeah. And then, which a lot of people were speculating, why is a lot of these countries that are enemies to America actually being assaulted too? You know, China, you have Iran, you know, which Iranian officials is dying off because we're in a time of war.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna get. See, Jake hopes and prays for the better. It's not gonna get better. We pray in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, the Lord protects us through all the evil that's to come.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get worse. And you have these top individuals, top virologists, microbiologists that you know, they get paid $200,000 a year. They're at the top of the boards. They're saying it's only gonna get worse.
That's the sentiment.
That's the sentiment. It's only gonna get worse.
Just like you know, the bishop spoke about how Bill Gates stepped down from Microsoft.
Yeah,
It's like, you know, that's a huge company, man.
Especially considering that it's coming from one of that this man been holding the crown as the richest man in the world, pretty much throughout the 90s and the early 2000s. And he mentioned a deadly virus back in 2015. He did a simulation. So now all of a sudden, this virus that he quote unquote spoke about is coming into play. He steps down.
Don't make sense.
You see, so we in some very pivotal times, and a good thing to do is you check the pulse of the leaders. Okay, because they're never going to flat out come out and tell you, okay, that everything is going to play out like this. We're going to do it like this. All right, they work through witchcraft. They work through magic. Okay, they hint at certain things, and they what they showing you is not what's really happening, man. But we have like the scriptures say in Revelations 3:18, it speaks about that eye salve. So we check the pulse of the elite to see, okay, that's you know, propaganda, that's a lie, that's true. But at the end all be all, we know that the prophecies is gonna speak clearly.
That's right. I was gonna say, if brothers recall, I think it was last year, a little over a year ago, the head of the CDC. Y'all remember she stepped down?
Yep, I remember that.
You remember that?
That black guy got killed.
I was just about to say that. Right.
That was big.
Oh,
They didn't
yeah.
ever give the
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
why. And her, I think it was a female that
Yeah.
stepped down.
There's a woman.
Yeah.
And the reason why she said, we was like, man, that shit ain't making sense, man.
Right.
She stepped down, and that's the reason why. Nah, it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
See, a lot of these individuals knew that this corona, the people have just woke up to this shit. They know when diseases and all this stuff is finna
Yeah.
outbreak. They know about
They
the
get the
order.
information first.
Yeah, they get the information first.
When Church that the movie that movie Contagion, Lawrence Fishburne character, maybe called Snot Lathan.
Yeah.
Look, don't tell it to nobody.
Boy, get out of town.
Get out of town. He actually told her to come to drive to Atlanta. But she ended up telling that white girl, and she put it on Facebook, and then they ended up getting on.
He got compromised.
Compromised, man.
She containment too.
Container, I just think of that.
Containment. Yep.
Yeah, continue. Yep.
Alright, quick one.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Luke 12:51. It says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division."
That's right. And the reason why the Lord is not bringing peace on earth is because the earth is not at peace.
Right.
Okay? So why would he come bring peace to a place that's not at peace? Okay? So he's coming to bring division. And a lot of people are really being divided and sifted through this word. Because when you hear that the scriptures are pretty much pro disease, you like, what?
Yeah.
I'm offended. That can't be the God that I worship. No, not Jesus. And
Yeah, 'cause that's
because at the end of the day, Jesus ain't got nothing to do with the Bible.
that's right. Jesus got to do with that.
And they're up under a spell, witchcraft. Okay? So when we read these scriptures, we understand the purpose of our Creator and His Son. We understand the fashion that He coming back is not to play games. And we get our butts in line. Okay, we ain't out here doing rap videos with Jagged Edge. Okay, go ahead, bro.
I reread it again. Luke 12:51. "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there should be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to be guided by Satan in that day.
That's right.
And they're going to make rash decisions that some people not going to agree with. And they're going to be divided. Okay? Which we see that now when, we tell it like the brother was saying, I know personally that this brother had spoke to certain family members about the truth.
Yeah.
And a lot of family members really they want to hit us up now, but their pride is in the way.
That's the spirit, because I was speaking to one of our cousins, and it was like, we should all get together, because of this, the whole coronavirus thing that's going on. And I'm saying we should all get together and just stay in one like big household. But I was like, no, that ain't gonna work, because everyone don't think that it's gonna come to the level that it's gonna go to, man. They just think that, hey, our people don't believe that America can fall, man.
Yeah. A lot of people don't believe that this place is capable of falling, man. But they're gonna find out the wrong way, because the Lord, He's gonna put certain evil angels on people, and He's gonna guide them to make decisions that's gonna cost them their life. Okay? Especially when you're hungry, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's all it takes. It's for you to be hungry.
That's it.
That's when all rational thinking and logic is gonna go out the window.
Looting.
Yep. Jake don't like being hungry, man.
Bootsy, we all jumped on Bootsy's ass.
Yep.
They make hundreds of thousands of dollars every week, and he's talking about, I'm hungry. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Oh yeah, I hope the Lord make you eat them words. I hope that you become a pig's meal. Since you want to eat the pig, I hope the Lord set it up in the spirit where you get tapped, you run in the wilderness in time of trouble, and you run into some wild pigs, and they boil your ass to death and eat you.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
Last verse 53 says, "The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother."
And see, and these, like you were saying, at these times that we're in, the best thing you can do is have unity. And through the spirit, we've been working on that as a unit, man.
That's right.
You know, me personally, I've been around some of these men in this room. Shit, almost everybody in this room, honestly.
Yeah, everybody.
I've been in I'm 7 years, man. Some of y'all 8, 9, 10 years. We've been around each other almost a whole decade.
Yeah.
So, and we understand unity and order. Even within our own household with our women and our children, we implement a certain mind frame. See, whereas with y'all in these times right now, y'all are fighting over everything, man. You in here, you got husband and wife in the car, they arguing about which grocery store to go into. I told your ass we shouldn't win in here. Y'all are beefing about everything right now. Because you're stressing. Who paid for what? Who paid for this? I need this. No, we don't need that shit. Y'all are arguing about y'all are arguing about everything.
I just seen an article about a daughter having her mother severe head and in a grocery bag. Severed head.
Wow.
These families get broken.
Yeah, because you know the glue that holds the black family together is comparable to Elmer's glue.
Yeah, that helmet.
You know,
Glue stick.
That's even worse. The glue sticks. Hey,
Only last week.
but the glue that holds us together is like gorilla glue. Because this is a heavenly attachment, man. The Lord brought us together. This is inseparable, man. Okay, nothing can break this attachment, man. Okay, and that's why when we see these things happening, we're not alarmed.
Right.
Okay, yeah, we sit up in our seat and get out of excitement and we get jittery because we're like, oh, you know, the prophecies are coming to pass. Because inwardly, our spirit desires for the Lord to have his will to be performed. So everybody's going to have to compromise their ways and submit to the ways of the Lord.
That's right.
That's the importance of the will of the Father. Everybody got to acknowledge it. Okay? See, Satan had this whole planet up under witchcraft to where people wasn't able to see. But the Lord raised up the prophets, the men of the Lord, to break that spell. Now people are going to see the will of the Lord happen. And before the end all be all, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Yahweh Bashim Shai is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, man.
That's right.
And that's why we standing up and doing what we're doing in the face of the enemy. Because we understand that nothing can stop the will of the Father, man. So now you're scared. You shouldn't be scared. It's just like on that when you I think it was that show Scare Tactics. It was a prank show.
Yeah.
And at the end of the show, they be like, "Are you scared?" And they be like, "Yeah, I'm scared." And they be like, "You shouldn't be scared." The reason why you shouldn't be scared is because we've been telling your ass, man.
Exactly.
Should be prepared.
You know?
Well,
As a matter of fact, somebody get that Ephesians 5 and 15.
Oh yeah.
And it tells you in Ezra, where it speaks about fear. If brother can find that. The wisdom of Solomon fears no more, but the
Yeah, it's Wisdom Solomon 17, like around 11.
wisdom of Solomon 17.
It's the betraying of the Succors, the reason offered, you know?
Let me see if I can get that real fast.
And that's basically, fear is basically
Right, I got that.
you telling yourself that you don't have any help. And Jake don't got no goddamn help in the time of 2/3.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have no help, man. That's why that fear is gonna ride you like Aladdin on a magic carpet. The fear gonna ride your ass from the west side to you gonna have niggas fleeing up in the goddamn Kennesaw Mountain, boy. Straight from zone 3. How the hell you get up there that fast?
Running across water and shit.
Yeah, man. You got it, bro?
Yeah, it's Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 12. For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors which reason offered. Yeah, and Jake doesn't have reasoning. They don't have reasoning and spiritual logic. So they betray that, and they basically depend on emotions and instincts. And the instincts that's hardwired in Jake's mind in times of grief and travesty is the panic and fear.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, I got something to add to you because it says it's the betraying of the succors that reason offering. And this is why Jake don't have reason. This is Ecclesiastes 27 and 5. The furnace proveth the potter's vessel, so the trial of man is in his reasoning. You know, the reason why you don't have logic and you don't base your decisions on reasoning it's because the Lord ain't dealing with you. He ain't taking you through that fiery furnace so you can figure it out
Right.
and solve your problems.
Yeah.
That's why you don't have. That's why you're gonna suffer from fear, because the Lord never molded you niggas.
Right.
Okay, you got to think about a child that's been groomed, you know, from a young age to when he becomes a man, he has to perform on a large platform. He's gonna have a level of confidence more than a novice because he's been groomed. He's been through all sorts of different scenarios within that platform, and he knows what it takes in order to be successful.
Look at Leonidas from 300.
He wasn't scared, you know, because he had been groomed from a child. He had killed the damn wolf. You know, you was about to say something?
I was going. He made a good point, but I was going to add to what you said about unreasoning. When you go into, y'all are panicking right now, and I went to a lesson in this earlier. This week is panic. I'm gonna read this real quick. Panic comes from the name of the Greek god Pan, who supposedly sometimes caused humans to flee in unreasoning fear. So y'all, it's a demon. With the knowledge, with understanding of the scriptures, man. So you start to panic and you SpongeBob hands, just throw them in the arms, just welling around in the fire.
Hey,
You know?
and that's the spirit of a woman. That's how women react to
Emotion.
yeah, emotions, you know. And that's basically what that demon does.
Yeah.
It messes with your emotions, your feelings.
Yeah.
And so you don't use logic and reasoning as men should.
Yeah, and a lot of these jakes are running in the hands of the person that actually created the panic anyways, because Esau, you know, one of his main tactics is order out chaos. Order out of chaos. They create the chaotic events, whether it comes in diseases or whether it comes in propaganda, lies and false information, and then they create some type of order, you know, which what they're saying. Either vaccinations, which more likely, you know, possibly the chip may come out of this thing, you know, shutdowns, martial law, national guards, and all these different things, testing you, you know, to vaccine you and inject you with all kinds of chemicals and poisons. You see, and a lot of jakes want to get tested. This is a time where a lot of jakes want the government to step in. They're not, you know, they can't root for their favorite basketball team, their favorite football team. So who they root for? The good old America. They've got to trust in Trump.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey.
They are. That's true, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the Isaiah 30, Isaiah 31, about Israel trusting in Egypt,
Yep.
Yep.
for they shall
Oh, that's
yeah. And it shall not help. And that brings back to what the first scripture the brother had read was Isaiah 33 and 6, about knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times. Because y'all don't have the knowledge and the wisdom of the Bible, y'all not going to be stable because y'all don't know these things were already written to happen. So we're already prepared in our minds and spirit, and you're panicking because you don't have no stability. Because your stability, which brother's gonna read the scripture, your stability relies upon trusting in Egypt, trusting in America.
Yeah.
You know? And they're gonna deceive you, and they're gonna say, okay, you wanna believe and trust in me? All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take away all your little rights that you had, and we're gonna have to say, this is to safeguard you.
Yeah.
We're putting this in place to safeguard you. We're putting this in place to prevent you from being susceptible to this. And then your whole lives are just about to change because you don't believe in Yahweh Shemi outside.
Yeah. One thing,
And
that a lot of these people trust in is that, oh, they're gonna find a cure.
Yeah.
Oh, the technology is too good. You know, they're gonna figure it out. You know, things are gonna get better. You know, they're gonna, you know, that's what people are trusting in because they feel like, oh, it's 2020. You know, they got technology in place, and you know they got doctors, and oh, you know it's just gonna blow over. That's why people have a panic, but they don't know that Esau, like the brother said, Esau created this shit.
Yeah.
You know, and he probably got the cure, you know, somewhere stored up. You know, waiting for niggas, waiting to give it niggas in exchange for the chip.
Yeah.
You know.
And the scriptures say it's gonna be a time that's never been seen before.
Yep.
So Esau can't even prepare for what the Lord has coming, man. You know?
Because it's unlike
Yeah.
anything that humanity has ever witnessed. You know, that's the how crucial, you know, Esau is taking this time very serious.
Yes.
For a lot of you Israelites that's out here still playing and joking around, the so-called white man is taking this time very serious. You really are one of the least of the so-called white man's worries. All right, the big picture is world domination. And he understands that his big worries are the men of the Lord and Yahweh Shai. Okay, you little peon pop smokes and you know, different guys, you know, that's out here, you know, chucking and jiving. Listen, man, you ain't on the pin board, nigga.
Right.
Okay, he ain't got the string wrapped around the thing on your fucking face, nigga. Okay.
Yeah, even your favorites, man. Look at LeBron James. Just last week he said, well, I ain't playing. Yeah, you're right. You ain't playing at all, nigga.
Right.
So what good is LeBron? LeBron literally is a nobody at this moment. He's worthless. You don't care. Your son who's another ball player, he can't play basketball.
No sports enthusiasts, no sports athletes. Stephen A. Smith wasn't the legends. Who the fuck cares about? They
Bro, we can start sending camp ball clips to them. That'd be on ESPN.
Where's Ja Rule when we need him?
I got
Go ahead. Well, somebody hold that Ephesians 5.
So you still got that?
Oh, you bring that up. Yeah.
This is Isaiah 30, and I start at the top. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Yeah, you know that now you have a nigga. He'll try to find every Edomite physician and counselor and advisor and practitioner and get all the advice from him. But when it comes down to the men that's been well groomed in the scriptures, that's giving you the warning, you want to debate. Or you want to act like you know something. Then you don't want to listen. Okay, because you take advice and counsel from Satan. But when it comes from the Lord, you disregard it. How stupid is that, man?
Right.
How stupid is that? You got the Lord set up a plethora of men that look just like you to warn you and tell you in depth, precept on precept on precept about what's getting ready to happen. And only thing that you can fathom of doing is having a knowledge competition.
Yep.
That's what they do.
A dick switch.
Yeah, that's what it
Because that's what they used to doing to their people.
Yep.
I ain't listening to no nigga.
Right.
But when it come out to anybody else, you're gonna take notes and but when it come down to the prophets, that's why the Lord said you misuse the prophets. Y'all don't know what to do with us.
That's right.
Y'all don't know what to do with us. So y'all use us as entertainment or as a quick, can y'all send a prayer up for me, please? Because you're gonna see a lot of that on the comment boards real soon.
Yep.
What should I do? I mean, you know, I've been around and I've been listening for, about 2 or 3 years, and I want to get to a camp.
Y'all told us about the microchip.
Look, man, how many videos brothers been doing saying, get down to a camp?
Stop wasting time.
Stop wasting time. Get up off your ass.
The night is around the corner, man.
You know?
Exactly.
They don't know how to use the prophets. If you would have took heed back then, you would have got good use out of what the prophets were saying.
Exactly.
You've been in that fortified city. That fortified, that fence brazen
Wall. The scriptures say, come and abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
That's right.
You know, keep going, Zaquan.
Yep. It says, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Yep, Sarnetta, you covered in a whole nother spirit.
Oh yeah.
Only thing you did was announce that the debates was canceled. You ain't giving these Egyptologists, believers any more information on what to do. You said, look, niggas, we ain't got no debate. I'll get back at you in a minute.
But you know what's funny is his last video that he just uploaded is him arguing with some black woman that says she's an Israelite, talking about does the Bible contradict itself? 3-hour-long video, man. So we not worried about, like you said, do you, man?
Right.
Black Hunters
Keep
niggas
talking your shit. Keep talking your shit.
Keep talking your shit, because you cover with a covering, but it's not of the Lord.
Right.
You know? Keep going, bro.
Yep. It says, verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth.
That's right. And a lot of you Egyptologists, man, you must have been going hard back in Egypt, boy. For the Lord to bring you back in America and still have that spirit on you. You must have been repping that Egyptian shit hard, boy.
in the wilderness.
Because it's really played out, man.
Yeah.
0 prophecies, 0 answers, 0 solutions,
0 leaders.
0. Nobody. You know, the most that black people got out of Egyptology was them square ass goddamn hats.
A little bit of history.
You know, a little bit of history. You know, what you say, the unks.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice house ornaments.
right? You know,
Egyptian blessings.
Egyptian blessings.
That's it, man. That's all it comes to Egyptology. But the major prophecies and the major events that come to pass, you can only get in the Bible, man. You know, and we don't say that braggingly or just speaking just because. It's all facts, man. The Bible stands de facto the book because of the prophecy that's contained in it. It tells you events that are to come, you know, before it happens. We've been speaking about pestilence outbreak many years, starting over the apostles and elders on down.
Yeah.
I remember even a couple months to I think a year back when that Puerto Rico crisis was going on, when a lot of people was dying over there in Puerto Rico. The apostles were speaking about it like, man, it's not the time to be traveling like that. You know, he's like, man, if I was y'all, brothers, you know, I sit there. I think it was Apostle Hard, it was Elder Soccer Ron, Apostle Ron, Apostle Gabar. They was doing the car and treasure, and it was Apostle Hard was saying that, like, man, this ain't the time to be doing all that traveling, man. You know, all the stuff going in Puerto Rico, and you know, sure enough, you know, lo and behold, you see the coronavirus happening a couple months after. And everybody that's traveling, a lot of people are regretting that shit. The people that's on the Golden Princess, that cruise line, a lot of people that was traveling to China to get some fucking heathenistic food, try some octagon and some abominable food.
Bro, the cruise lines, so lucky to cut you off, but the cruise lines got hit so hard that they pretty much put it in the category like it was its own country.
It is. It's got hit like it's
like that's how hard it got hit. Like, cause when you look at cause you put a link in the group on all the coronavirus activities. And you had an actual bracket for the cruise line.
That's above a lot of countries.
That's above majority of the countries.
Damn.
Hundreds of thousands of people get on them cruise liners.
Yep.
We're talking about different companies in all the oceans. The majority of the earth is water.
Right.
So they just traveling.
They just traveling and
now they
getting
just
off
sick.
and, you know, touching it. So, you know, listen, man, at the end of the day, you know, who's been diligently warning you? Yeah, you have Israelites out here that's been telling you who you are and telling you the history, but who's been warning?
Right.
Who's been putting that trumpet to work?
Yep. Barking.
Going hard.
That's right.
Y'all better wake up, man. Y'all better stop. Who's been doing that? GMS, man.
Week after week.
The Israelite men, laborers at Great Millstone, has been diligently crying out for you to change your ways, man. Your evil and pernicious ways.
That's right.
Some did, some didn't. For those that did, a penalty will pursue, man.
That's right.
Okay? Keep reading, then we're going to get that Ephesians 5.
It says, It says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
And that's what they do. They trust in the shadow of Egypt. And if you know anything about a shadow has no what? Has no value. Tell me anything that's valuable about a shadow besides a little relief. You can't use. That's the only thing you can use a shadow for. It's temporary.
Jay goes to the shadow for shade. You know? That's why I said the shadow of Egypt, because just like a tree that has a shadow, in most cases, you'll see even animals laid under the tree.
It's a little comfort.
Just for a little comfort and protection.
But it's not. A shadow is never permanent.
Yeah, the sun move a few inches, just a few degrees over. That's
Yep.
it.
A shadow is real fickle.
Very fair.
It's fickle.
That's right.
So, and that's what you do. You trust in a fickle comfort.
Because they see a little bit, like I said, the knowledge and wisdom, which is known as the sun and the moon. A shadow is only as powerful as the light that's out. When everything is darkness, what the hell is a shadow? Who the hell hides some shadows in darkness?
Yeah.
And that's the time that it's coming at. See, it's starting to, get to that time where everything is starting to become pitch black. And the only thing that you can trust in is the oil, is the really what you hold within yourself, the light that you have within you.
Right, that's right.
That's
If you
right.
don't have no light, who you're gonna run to? You're gonna run to the hills. You're gonna run to the mountains for some type of understanding. And if the internet is cut, if any type of announcements and all these different, public speakings are shut down, how the hell you gonna get answers?
Right.
You're not.
That's right. Hey, you got to think, a heavy dose of the Holy Spirit is getting ready to come upon the elect.
That's right.
A lot of you jakes out here, you don't have heavenly access. Okay? You don't have the benefit and the mercy to be able to cry unto the Lord in the heavens and get a prayer answered, man. Because you're rebellious as fuck. You don't even understand how the system works, man. Okay? So you abide in the shadow of Egypt, man. Okay? Which is America, which is Babylon the Great. You're going to automatically go to seek American relief when shit hit the fan, man. You talk all this junk about Donald Trump, and you're going to go seek that aid from him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Because you are a part of this beast system. 2/3 of our people are beasts. You're a product of the beast. And you so low level, you so damn, 2/3 of you so low level, that you wasn't even in Nebuchadnezzar's goddamn dream. All those kingdoms, you wasn't even on the statue. You just gonna get broke with it. just get pummeled. That go to show you that 2/3 you just have no type of stability. Because then the scripture said it was a stone that came that it said it wasn't carved by hands. We attached to that stone, that great millstone, that's gonna break these kingdoms, man, through the Spirit. But in 2/3 of you attached to these different kingdoms.
They attach to the toes.
They attached to the toes. Because 2/3 had a part in the Roman Empire. Okay, they held up a certain part of the Roman Empire. And then you had the Renaissance period where Esau transferred that power back to himself. So that same shadow that you trusting under, is that statue of all those different kingdoms, man. That's gonna crash on your ass, man. That's gonna get broke at the feet and gonna come down and fall on 2/3 of you, man. Okay, and you're gonna be a product of the destruction of America. Okay, because you've invested your energy into a place that was prophesied to fall, man. Okay, you have something, Bargo?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I actually wanted to go into a couple of these articles. I'm just gonna read it lightly. I'm not gonna really go deeply into it. But
We get ready to wrap up soon.
yeah, but it's just the status quo. Really, like you said, now people are scared, and really people should be in a state of fear, man. Because at the end of the day, if they were to be in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, be in the spirit of the Lord, and they would have a little bit of comfort. Like Scripture says, comfort one another with these words. Our people can't comfort one another with these words. So all they can do is comfort each other with more statistics and death that's to come about. But this is just a couple of things that I was just not looking into under the end of AmericanDream.com. It says there are probably 25 to 50 people who have the virus for every one person who was confirmed. The number of coronavirus cases in the U.S. is likely far higher than we are being told. The entire Western world is starting to shut down as authorities brace for millions of coronavirus cases. Yeah, and that's the time that we live in, And people see these people, they're looking to try to find something to try to remedy them from the hell that's to come. And at the end of the day, Jake hasn't been studying. They haven't been given diligence. They don't know shit about her. They don't know anything about the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shah to fight or resist in the times to come. So all they can do is brace for their ass whoopings. That's really what it boils
Just put
down
on
to.
an extra pair of pants.
Yeah, just put on an extra pair of pants and just hope that the belt don't hit you as hard.
Because you got two different types of kids. You got those that put on the extra pair of pants. That's them acknowledging that they know they fucked up and that their ass whooping is inevitable. And then you have the kids that's going to try to make it right. Going to explain, I didn't know it was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Blaming, self-justification.
Yeah. You gonna, but then you gonna have them humble kids that just make a mistake and they'll get party.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, man. You got, I ain't about to putting pillows and shit all in your goddamn pants like
That's
you
Jake.
ain't gonna get. Yeah, cause a nigga just want to be bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Jake got them demons on him. They just want to be mischievous, man. Okay. You got something, bro?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 8:21. And they shall pass through it, hardly bestead and hungry. And why are people going to be bestead and hungry? Because the knowledge of the Lord is going to be scarce, and the food is going to be scarce. You see all these supermarkets are closing down. It's damn near hard to even go in the store and shop regularly because what people are hoarding all the goods.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
They close majority of the grocery stores before this even happened too.
Close the majority of the grocery stores. It's even hard to go to hospitals to get tested. You know, so people are in a state of basically panic. Hardly bestead and hungry, and it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, that's the times we're living in now, they shall fret themselves and curse their king and their God and look upward.
See that?
Yeah, you're gonna curse America and everything that everybody believes onto. They see that the power that they once drew is starting to be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Because you have individuals that's in Egyptology, that's in witchcraft, that's in Roman Catholicism. With that, how strong is Roman Catholic when you can't even go to the churches for help?
Right.
People think that there's power in those cathedrals and the temples. Like we watched the movie. I always speak on it. What was it? We spoke about this old horror film, Silent Hill. I think that was it.
Yeah.
When a lot of people was in the churches, and that was like a protectionary hedge for the so-called saints. They were looked at as being holy because they was amongst the altar, they was amongst the the holy crosses and the holy water and things of that nature. So they felt that they were untouchable. But they shutting all that shit down. And Rome, here it is. Rome is the second largest place for the sicknesses to take away. But you gotta think how many churches is in Rome. You have the Vatican that's in Rome. You have the Pope. Which sits at the seat of Rome. He's supposed to be the main man, the father, the father of the world, and they don't tell us if people in his congregation are sick. That's why they even cutting that communions, giving Jake or giving the people the wine and giving the people, the different what would you say it's called?
You got the Eucharist. You got the
the bread or whatnot, giving them the
bread
products.
and wine.
Yeah, the bread and wine community. They cut all stuff. So here it is. You can't run to your churches. You can't run to the government. You can't sit down and watch sports for aid. Imports and exports are shutting down. Schools. Hell, they're kicking a lot of people out of these Ivy League universities that they stay and live at. They just throwing their asses out and telling them to go.
Figure it out.
And they don't even have the money or the funds because they accumulated all this hundreds of thousands of school debt.
They was just rioting. College students was just rioting in Dayton. Yeah, Dayton, Ohio. Yep. So like the brother said, man. It's gonna come a time. Hey, really, it's a clear line in the sand right now.
Oh, it is.
Clear line, man. Okay, what side are you on? Pick a side, man. Okay. Because at the end of the day, the prophecy has to be fulfilled. These Edomites have to reach the end of their rule. And you think Jake gonna go through something, man? You so-called white people get ready to go through it, boy.
Yeah.
We on Jake tip right now, but you so-called white people, you average, regular American working 9 to 5 and living amongst so-called blacks and Hispanics and being angry, and you have your own HVAC company. You get ready to go through it. Blue collar America.
Y'all gentrified neighborhoods, man, with a few niggas that's still in it, man. Y'all, it's a wrap, man.
Yep.
Y'all moved away from us just to move right back to us, just to get hands put on it, man.
Yep. And you start piling bullets right now, but hey, bullets run out, man.
Well, they limited it to only 2 boxes. So now they're going to get 2 boxes. Hell, Publix closing their stores at 8 o'clock now.
Yep.
So you
Man,
can't.
the so-called white race is gonna feel it worse than anybody.
Look at Publix.
Okay, cause you have a greater investment in this system than so-called blacks. So you're gonna feel it the most. You have stocks, you already feeling it. Okay, you have stocks, you have certain investments, you have certain companies, and you have certain family members that live in certain places. All right, you ain't gonna be able to fully reap the
Dreams,
benefits.
aspirations.
Yep. Hope.
Because a lot of, if I'm being said, a lot of us, a lot of our people, the most of their sporting experience, a lot of our people aren't Spike Lee. They can drop $300,000 on games and sit on the court side every game. Man. Most of our people are TNT watchers on a small ass TV
Or a phone.
or a phone or whatever the case may be. But a lot of y'all have how many? Most of the people I pick up and take to the game are white people.
Yep.
Y'all are the ones that enjoy these sporting events.
Season ticket holders.
The concert.
Y'all have, they have
Broad-
schedules.
How many of us really are going to go see a Broadway show in New York?
Hell no. That ain't-
That's y'all. This is all. This is all. All of this is y'all's
Traveling the
entertainment.
world, hiking, all in fucking the Himalayas hiking.
They just allowed Jake to get a piece of the American pie.
You so-called white people, you gonna feel it worse than anybody.
And they are feeling it. They
Yeah.
feeling it as we speak.
They feeling that crunch. Hey, I'm gonna hit you with it. I'm gonna say this in the spirit. You so-called white people right now, you scared. You're scared because what's happening is the Lord is putting it in your subconscious that your society's falling. He's rewiring your subconscious, and he's taking away that security that you once thought you had in America. And every day in the back of your mind, you're feeling the effects of your country falling, and it's causing you to bug out, to try to create better relationships with black people, to be humanitarians and philanthropists, okay, to try to help that little nigger, because you're going through it. You catching hell. You're starting to see and you're starting to understand the possibility of why your kingdom is falling.
Yeah.
I know it's some white people that's asking that question to themselves behind the scenes.
We are the Edomites.
You know what they're saying? You think that we're gonna have to pay for what we did to black people? I know they're asking that question.
Because this is a sobering moment. That the Lord has said, shut y'all shit down, man. Y'all ain't working. Y'all ain't working. Y'all ain't traveling. Y'all ain't able to eat as much as you want to.
You can't go to Europe.
You can't go to Europe. You can't go to Africa.
Yep.
You can't go to
China.
Asia, Bali. You can't get your favorite prostitutes. It's
you
like
can't get your favorite products online because they price gauging.
Right.
Amazon is not really. There is no Prime Amazon. There's no Amazon Prime.
Hell no.
Y'all ain't getting. You can't just go to the internet and say, "I want some shit right now. Bring it to me." Convenience. You are. It's a bad day to be a white person.
And it's gonna get worse.
America is damn near changing overnight,
Hell yeah.
right? Because the whole status quo that America has had for the last 20 years is changing.
Yep.
And what is everybody comparing this to? 9/11. 9/11. You got this Black Swan event that's like right here, and same way that when Esau knocked down the towers, is the same way Esau's knocking down the status quo of America and these other countries around the world. And your lives are going to change.
It's gonna change.
But guess what? We told you already.
Yep.
We told you before it even happened.
That's right. And what are white people gonna do? They're gonna go right back into good old fashioned survival mode, which means that they're gonna turn back to that devil.
Yep.
But this time it's not gonna work in their favor because the Lord is gonna have those evil angels to throw them off their course, man. They're not gonna be able to have that power on their side to be able to take down Jake and be able to roll over Jake as they did. So we living in some very prophetic times where the prophecy in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, about Esau being the end of the world, a lot of you low-level white people, y'all gonna be the first ones to feel that.
Oh yeah.
Y'all gonna be the first to feel the end of your world. And the elite, y'all gonna be the last ones that feel it, man. Because y'all gonna be the first, the first runner, the first ones to go into hardcore bondage. That's when that prophecy is gonna be fulfilled, man.
That's right.
Okay, when your ass is in slavery, man. You had that precept, bro?
Yep. This is Luke 10:18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
Matter of fact, we hit 17 real quick. Verse 17.
Luke 10:17.
Yep.
And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name.
So hold on. So were these 70 men in the truth, ISUPK? How did they have power over devils? Through the Lord's name. If only the 12 was in the truth.
Right.
Who were these 70 right here that had power over devils? That rejoiced and came to that conclusion. So we have that same power. We have power over these devils. And we're telling you devils, you so-called white people, that you're going to feel in this kingdom.
That's right.
And they're going to start it with you. Okay? Remember, you are the rooks on the chessboard. You got to go first. They're going to experiment with you. They're going to pump your ass with the coronavirus. They're going to lock y'all's asses up in concentration camps with black niggas. Okay? They're going to put your ass in gas chambers. They're going to burn your bodies. They ain't going to treat you no different than a regular nigga. Okay? They're going to take your money. They're going to chip you. They're going to do everything, man. Okay? Because they understand that you are expendable based upon their agenda, man. Okay? Keep going, bro.
Yep. Verse 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
And that's what we're seeing. It was all good 2019. It was all good. When it was, chilling.
Yep.
You know, everything was cool. You know, it was going down. You know, Jake was turned up. Soon as 2020 hit the door.
As soon as they hit the door,
Took off.
Yeah, you got all kind of different individuals making posts
Well, they
speaking
spent
about
World
how
War III and everything.
2020 is a dread, man. They really don't want to see the end of this shit.
Yeah.
But let's see how bad it is so far.
The Lord bringing this place down. That prophecy is going to come to pass. Say, I beheld Satan falling as lightning.
People don't want to see June, man. Let alone August. Think about November hit.
Man,
People don't want to see
They don't wanna-
2021.
man, Jake don't
Lord
even want
willing, we don't see, of course.
Jake talking about 2020 canceled.
Man.
to. I was looking at something. Somebody said 2020 got hands. You know?
Damn sure do.
Because Jake hey man, and Jake ain't even really getting jacked up yet.
Hell,
Not really.
That's the thing. Look, really, the majority of these companies and corporations and these different Edomites, they feeling way more than a regular nigga that work at a Subway.
Jake emotions getting jacked up because they being emotionally tossed to and fro.
That's right.
These companies is really feeling that fire.
That's right, man. So, we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. You have a little more?
Yeah, 100%. It's in Job 18 and 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle,
Ooh.
which the confidence is the faith. Esau, what's been pushing America is that driving forth for confidence and
That
pride.
American dream.
That American dream.
Yep.
Who the fuck cares about the American dream now? I don't even matter. The stock market with it, the individuals that run the monopolize on these different global corporations. They lost over $80 billion, man.
Yep.
You know,
That was over 11 and a half years of earning.
11 and a half years of earning. What they compared it to the 1980 housing crisis, man. So the confidence of Esau is at an all-time low. We just spoke about how Bill Gates, one of the top, big wigs of our time, declining, as well as the CEO of Walt Disney and various others, man. And these individuals, look, Jake ain't even trying to leave a job making $20 an hour.
I think they said the CEO of Google made like $200 million a year.
Yeah.
$200 million a year.
That's crazy.
Shoot, they said that all the so-called earnings, I think it was like 21 trillion or something like that, $2 trillion that Trump earned since 2016. They lost all of that.
Yeah, I seen
They
that.
lost all that.
They lost all of that. That 2,000 point fall for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, Thursday. That was it. They lost all the gains they had since Trump been in office.
And it's-
So now they've just been
Hold on, listen to this.
negatively.
I did a quick Google search to this. It says how many CEOs have stepped down. It says more than 1,000 CEOs stepped down during the first 3 quarters of 2019. That was last year.
More than 1,000.
More than 1,000.
What does that tell you?
This market is shit.
Yeah.
It's shit.
And they deal with projections. See, CEOs, they deal with they have fiscal years. They deal with margins. They deal with, like when you look at how these different CEOs, when they have the roundtable meetings, what do? Trajectory. how it's gonna look in the coming months, the coming years. They study algorithms, and they see like, oh shit, me being in this company, I'm losing more than I'm actually, you know, they're actually exiting. So what are they doing? They're running for the hills. It's also been statistics, or it's already been documents that's going out that's showing how before this coronavirus been hitting hard, a lot of people were moving out the city. A lot of, I'm talking about multi-millionaires, so-called white elitists or lesser luminaries. They're moving out of the cities. They're moving out of Atlanta. They're moving out of New York. They're moving out of LA. And they're going to the rural areas, and they're putting money towards bunkers or settling in areas that they can live off the land for months at a time, if not years, man.
Yeah.
So if you're making $200,000 a year, why are you stepping down? What does that tell you?
Right.
Esau sees something that's even worse than the coronavirus. This coronavirus is bad, but Esau sees things that's way worse than that soon to come, man.
Cause they know they know how to read. You have left hand prognosticators, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That give them just how we come up with certain spiritual conclusions. Like, yeah, man, that spiritual power gotta be close. You know, that's right hand intuition. Esau has that left hand intuition, man. Okay, but guess what? It's all being directed to benefit the right hand, but they still gonna move according to it because that's their power source.
That's right.
And you gotta think about it too, these different CEOs that are stepping down, a lot of them were underlings for decades before they got in that position. It's not easy to be a CEO. They bust their ass 15, 16 hours a day being, you know.
CEO is a career move.
Hell yeah, being lesser guys invested their lives, hella money, classes, training, debt. You know, they had to go through all these different things. Just think about your manager at these different jobs. They live on the clock.
Yeah.
How much more a CEO? And for them to pull away?
Just think
It's
about
a
it.
yank
You're
out?
talking about Bill Gates, the actual, the owner of Microsoft.
He's a
steps
big
down.
Baby. Microsoft is a baby.
Like, bro, that's something that's serious, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's serious. You know, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap up. We can close out on that. I mean, somebody you was reading the scripture, right?
Yeah. Job 18.
Go ahead.
Job 18 and 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, with the tabernacle goes into his house, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his.
Hey, that's why the scripture say that the cherry is the curse that goeth forth over the whole earth, and say it shall enter into the house of the thief. So Esau being haunted by all these different chariot sightings too, because he being visited by the Lord, and he's being found in a place that's not his.
But a chair that they saw that's bigger than the earth.
That could be Yahweh Shai, man. You never know.
Michael the Archangel. Something.
Michael, yeah, it can be Michael or Yahweh Shai. Because if you look at it, you know, it's about 5 times bigger than the earth. But you can tell it's really a long way from the earth, and how fast it was moving on that graph is moving.
That's crazy.
It's that thing is moving fast, bro. Because you could clearly see. You saw the movement moving slower. That means it's still moving fast, but that thing was moving. Okay? So hey man, we believe that the Lord soon is gonna pull up, man.
That's right.
And he gonna come right to America.
He's gonna drop off on top of Babylon.
Yep. He say he gonna come from the east.
East to west.
You know, because he gonna fight in the war of Armageddon, and then which is in the east, and then he gonna come from the east to America. Boom. And that's gonna be for the salvation.
Damn.
You know, then from there back to the elements, man. You know, probably hover over, watch America be destroyed, man. You know, so this thing get ready to happen, man. We hope and pray that this is the year that we get a chance to meet our Lord, man.
That's right.
And get caught up in the chariots, and that second Ezra, the second chapter, is fulfilled, man. When we get them crowns and them hugs, man.
That's right.
We ain't worried about you devils, man. Hey, eat a piece of the cake, man. Eat a piece of the cake. You made it, you eat it, motherfucker.
That's right.
You know?
Yep. Hey,
We don't feel sorry for nothing that happened to you so-called white people, or you 2/3 of you, man.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. And Yahushua said, when thou seest these things come to pass, then look up for your redemption drawing nigh. And the redemption is for the Israelites, the elect. So we've seen all these prophecies come to pass. We're constantly looking up, praying, watching and praying, because Yahushua is close, man.
That's right.
And as close as Yahushua is, that means Esau, you're close to going down.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
All right, it says, verse 16, his root shall be dried up, beneath and above shall his branch be cut off. But that's the power lines, man.
No remnant.
Yeah. That's why you're seeing these bankruptcies in these economies, and you know, the banks and the globalized bankers, they're losing their grips. You know, banks is really how the world has you know, Esau, the elitist that has been ruling for so long. But them losing all these billions of dollars just off of, you know, this is really like a prelude, man. This is a sample of Yahweh Shema Shah. And just this driving force alone, which it hasn't even been that long, is enough to just topple economies.
Right.
Italy
Right.
will never be the same. China will never be the same.
We talking about 3 months.
That's crazy.
In 3 months. That's how you know the power of the Lord is vicious, man. Because the Lord hasn't really sent nothing that 100% mortality rate. Right. Nothing that nobody can recover on. That's spreading and mutating every single goddamn day. You know, this coronavirus, even though it is a heavenly thing, it's still, you know, you got to think it from a God, like if you really wanted to put in, you know, something that's deadly, you know, it's still so much more capabilities you can still put on that coronavirus.
This a teaser.
The Heavenly Father
It's
could
an
have made
appetizer.
it. Yeah. The Lord could have made the coronavirus way more deadly than it is. People are really relieved that it's really this bad, man.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse.
Bro, and we talking about the worst time that the earth has ever seen. We ain't there yet.
Yeah, we lived through the bubonic plague and the pneumonic plague. And
The flood, bro, the flood. We talking about the world wars and slavery.
Yeah.
Them were bad times.
the great American, the great Chinese famine.
Yep, the great
Like
Chinese
50
famine.
It said that was like a 3-4 year period, and 50 million Chinese died just from that.
Yep.
About 100 plus years, a little over 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We talking about Hurricane Katrina. Okay, we talking about the Haiti earthquake.
Yeah.
You know, we talking about the earthquake in Puerto Rico that killed about 5,000-6,000 people, man.
Yeah, Chernobyl.
Yeah,
Fukushima.
yeah, man. The Lord describes, the scriptures describes this time that we're going into as the worst ever. So therefore, we still know that there is still something left to happen, man. And see, we're looking at disease spreading. What if a big natural disaster happens in the middle of this disease?
Right.
As this disease is spreading, here goes some
Hurricane
big earthquake
season.
that come and hit right in the middle of America, or some big.
Tornado already came through Tennessee.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So there's still limitless possibilities on what the Lord can still do. He could have it to where an earthquake pop off and a big tidal wave hit the whole Gulf Coast. So the possibilities of the Lord's destruction is unlimited, and we know that it's going to be way more than what we're seeing now. This is just really the first wave of a huge situation, man.
Oh, when you had that movie Fifth Wave.
Oh yeah, the fifth wave.
You know,
It was
had-
waves of shit.
It was waves of hell. So after this, we're gonna say because people overcome this wave. There's more ways to come.
Yes. Yes. All type of layers.
Beginning
That's
of
right.
sorrows.
Beginning of
Yes,
sorrow.
sir.
You was done with that?
Yeah.
Con, just let's wrap up
Yeah,
on that
con,
Ephesians 5.
Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
I want everybody to understand that, including myself. Understand what the will of the Father is. It tells us that in the book of Isaiah. It says his determination is to gather the nations and pour out his indignation upon them. That's the Lord's will. Okay? And to separate the tabernacle of David and to set them as the authoritative figures of the face of the earth. And before that is complete, there's going to be a plethora of events that's going to lead up to the final grand finale of the Lord gathering all the nations and judging them and judging the righteous. Okay? That's the Lord's will.
Right.
It's his good pleasure to give us the kingdom of heaven. And there has to be a trade-off. Okay?
That's right.
Esau got to be brought down. The elect got to be brought up.
That's right.
But before we take the throne, the earth has to see the Lord magnifies. And the earth has to see us magnify the Lord's name. So it's a trade-off. As they see Esau falling, you will see the next rulers rising.
Right.
So understand the will of the Lord and walk literally.
Yeah.
Like the priest said, literally.
One people are burning in fire, and the other ones getting
Yeah, because it's a balance. You're not gonna, America's gonna fall, and you're not gonna see the elect falling with America.
That's right.
We're rising out of this place. We're coming out of this place. We already fell. So how can we? You know?
Yeah, they gonna fold, man.
Only place really for us to go is up, and the Lord is going to show that to the planet Earth.
You know, been hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We man, I look, man. If brothers was to break down their upbringing diet,
Man.
listen, man. You know, we ain't really ate in America. We haven't had a good meal. We haven't had a good glass of water. We haven't had a good night's sleep. Okay, we ain't no such thing as no good relationship, man.
Right.
Okay, that's what we fighting for.
That's right.
And we hungry. We want all those things. We don't know what it's like to be served by another nation, and we want that.
That's right.
You know, and the Lord is going to magnify that. He's going to show the upliftment and the beautification of our people, starting with the elect.
Yeah, y'all see through the spirit, y'all people, y'all love March Madness because you always looking for the underdog. Y'all want to see that 16th Steve get far into the tournament, man. Well, Israel's the ultimate underdog, man.
Yep.
What's more of an underdog story than the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans becoming the top nation in the world, man?
That's right.
But nobody has money on us.
Nobody.
Ruling this next takeover, man.
Nobody, bro.
We don't, our own nation don't even have money on us.
Yep. That's why I say Jacob's heel grabbed first. Jacob's hand grabbed first the heel of Esau. You know, so that means that it's gonna be a point in time where Esau's gonna be brought out of that power, and Jacob's gonna be the next one to rule, and we're in that transitional phase. So just watch how the Lord really bring that pain to these so-called white people, man. Okay, it's gonna be a very, very interesting year, especially if it started out like this and it just sped up in the Passover, which is the real New Year.
Right.
I mean, it just sped up. That means that through the Spirit, man, the Lord is gonna bring more and more plagues and more prophecies, and we hope that this is the year that Yahweh shall return, man, Lord willing. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Lord willing, that was edifying. We're going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash. All right, double honors once again to the apostles, the elders, and peace and safety to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.